but what does it do to does it provide any chilling effects on the way we act? Now, of course, some people will say, government, law enforcement, IBM might stand up and say, oh, no, 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 it's not going to change the way people act. How do you know? That's like the corporate person who would stand up and tell me, well, no, Charles, we've never been hacked. How do you know? If we did it, you wouldn't know. So how do we know if these surveillance things we're stuck with are changing the way we live or not? It's hard to tell. It's hard to demonstrate concrete evidence. One of my joys was with the European Union and all the individual states enacting all those privacy laws. Great stuff. We need to listen to them. That's the good news. I spoke with one of my colleagues in Germany, a privacy commissioner from a place I can't pronounce. And I said, so how many people have you locked up in the last 5 years? And she said, well, actually none. And I said, you mean all these privacy laws, people are just intimidated into being good? And she said, well, no, we can't nail them because we can't prove they were the ones who leaked it, of course. Data, as we said, data wants to be free. Guess what? We don't have a real good provenance solution yet. Then there's the secondary use of data. Suppose I do give data willingly to someone for a particular purpose, and then whatever happens, I don't know, they're bought, they change their privacy law or privacy policy, and now the data is used for something else. Or, in the case of mergers and acquisitions, the data is aggregated with other data. So either data set by itself is not going to nail Charles as a frequenter of the Dirt Cowboy. However, if you take the data from this source and the data from that source, you might be able to learn something. Spies do this really well, so do people in the newspaper industry, but believe it or not, so are companies using this information to learn cool stuff. Somebody I'd never heard of until recently, Ethel Mumford, described it this way: knowledge is power if you know it about the right person. So, and finally, it's all about the money, right? Willie Sutton was right. We keep the money in different places now. Suppose you want to buy something, and suppose you want to use cash for it. Fine. It's between you and the cashier and maybe someone in line behind you. You buy it, they see it, so what? Nobody else knows. But money is so old style, so 60s. Let's do e-bucks. Okay. Debit cards. There's a trail. You bought something at the Dirt Cowboy. You bought something at the newsstand. Maybe we can figure it out. When you get to e-bucks, now law enforcement